Okay, welcome to another episode, folks. This is our Zoomup. It's our meetup on Zoom, and we are bringing you another story of transformation today. My name is Michael Huggins, coming to you live from Tennessee. I got my co-host today. What's up, Keely?
Hey, how's it going here from Phoenix? Good to see everybody.
Yeah, so we are live, and for those of you catching the recording, after today's episode, you're going to want to go check out the playlist. We now have over 80 something recordings of amazing stories from our community of people who are using this process and totally changing their lives. They don't even recognize their past selves. So today's another exciting one. And then those of you who are here live, stick around for the bonus round afterwards. And so after this, Keely, what do we want people to do?
We want you to reach back out to whoever it has invited you and get plugged in. Get plugged in with some of our upcoming events. Like Michael mentioned, we've got an awesome training tomorrow with our notes trainers, Phil Seller Finance Notes. So get plugged in and start hanging out with us some more.
Yes, there are plenty of episodes. So future events, house tours, everything. So stay connected with whoever got you here, whether you're here live or are watching the recording. Okay, and now let's transition. Let's hear some stories. Let's hear who's using our process, changing their lives, and destroying the old past version of themselves and creating something new and exciting to be proud of. So today, Nate, what I understand, has been around for less than a year, working inside of our program. He's an excellent handyman, cabinet builder, is what I understand, and now a real estate investor. He went from working with his hands to working with his mind and creating some wealth for him and his family and destroying some debts. We're excited to hear about that and where he came from and where he's going. So everyone help me welcome to the stage, Mr. Nate Folkerson.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, Nate, we're joined today with Aubrey. So tell us, Nate, when you, tell us a little bit about you, your background, how'd you get into what you were doing, and then how did you find us?
Absolutely. Yeah, so I feel like our journey started roughly about three and a half years ago. We've only been with the community for roughly about 9 months now, and we've had no history with real estate investing, very little on business, and we really didn't know where to go for advice. But our journey 3 years prior had started that we were both working W-2 jobs. We weren't happy at all. We felt like we were kind of stuck. We felt like our potential was so great, but that we weren't getting paid what we thought we were worth. And we had very few benefits, and we just didn't know where to go. We were just really stuck. We didn't know a whole lot of people that were successful with running businesses and were good to look to and visit with. So, and we were just making really poor financial decisions. We had roughly $12,000 in debt at the time, which, the average American is about 16,000. But at the time, we seemed like 12,000 was just crazy, and we just were overwhelmed. We
So
were
I got a
so
question.
stressed.
When you say poor financial decisions, give us an example. What were you doing?
Yeah, absolutely. So being overwhelmed like we felt like we needed an out. We felt like we needed something to go do and be able to enjoy, to be able to figure out something to have fun during those times. So we bought a snowmobile. We thought that was going to be the game changer. We can go out and play and have fun and get away from things. But that was a very poor decision. We ended up we
Okay.
ended up having to sell that snowmobile.
It wasn't fun at all. We felt guilty about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and at the time we were living in my parents' basement, shortly after being married. Just trying to figure out life, trying to get on our feet. But after buying that snowmobile, my parents were like, "Nope, you got to go on your own. You're making all these decisions." So we got kicked out of the basement
Oh, wow.
6 months after being married. So we were like, "Okay, now we got to rent. We've got to figure out what we need to do." So we were looking at um, what do we buy? Do we rent? And we are like, oh, well, we can buy for the same price that we can rent. So we ended up buying a house, which turned out to be a lot more than just renting. Things started to break. We had a flood in our laundry room. We had yard repairs, roof repairs. tons of repairs, new carpet. And so we just kept getting deeper and deeper in the hole. I think we went down to about $40,000 in debt after we had moved in, with all the stuff just piling on, being negative every single month.
And how much were you making at your job, and what was that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your job?
I was making about $18 an hour.
Okay.
And Aubrey at the time was making about $15 an hour combined. So, but with our rent, with everything going on, we were just negative every single month. We just couldn't figure out what it was. So we ended up picking up side jobs. I did mechanic work on the side. Aubrey did hair on the side. We were on call for jobs. We were just trying to do all these side hustles to pay for everything that we needed to do. And it just wasn't working. We were so tired. We were so stressed. And we were just done really at the time.
Yeah.
And really what kind of started everything was we were invited to a financial course that our church did. It was an 8-week self-reliance financial course. And during taking that, we kind of realized we just weren't prepared. We didn't have a savings. We weren't prepared for emergencies. We just kind of weren't on the same page with finances. Aubrey would kind of take care of it. I would just bring home the check, give it to her, and she would just kind of do her thing. And so we kind of just realized what we needed to do to be able to
So
attack our debt.
even with 4 sources of income, what I'm hearing, you guys are still looking at it and going, how are we getting behind? Why isn't it working? Right? You guys are pushing almost 60,000, 70,000 a year in income, and you're still falling behind and things aren't working. And so Nate, what exactly was your job? Just to get clear. I heard it was cabinets, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I was doing cabinetry. So I worked for a cabinet manufacturer. And I did everything there, from installation of cabinets to painting to building to CNC machining, kind of everything there, learning the ins and outs of the cabinetry field.
And managing.
Yeah, and managing. They put me in management. So I managed and I kind of did a little bit of everything. So I kind of got a taste of it. But I kind of had capped out there at what I could make. I was getting paid top there, and there just really wasn't any growth for me in the company, being able to move up and make more money and do more things.
So how old are you right now?
I'm 31.
31.
I started with the company roughly 7 years ago. So,
Okay.
yep.
And you're still working there now?
No, I actually I do cabinet installations for them, but at the moment I own my own cabinet company because I realize the potential of owning a business is a lot greater than what I could have ever made there. And honestly, switching to being independent contractor and self-employed, doing the same jobs I was doing there, I make 5 times as much as what I made there, doing the same exact thing.
Wow.
And he's
So
smart because he went up to his bosses and said, "Hey, look, you're paying me hourly wages plus all these benefits. How about you just pay me what it costs to do that, and I'll do subcontracting for you?" So he kind of had a change of mindset where he was thinking outside the box and thinking, how can we be smarter? Because obviously we can't work harder. There's only so many hours of a day and only have so much energy. So that was really, really smart of him.
yeah. So 5 times. So is that including like the tax savings and benefits and everything else that you're getting?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, honestly, having their own business, there's a lot of tax savings. There's a lot of things that we are doing to save a lot more that way. But just with the capacity to do a lot more, and the deals that I've been able to work out with them just have worked out great for both sides. And we're just definitely we're looking to hire employees. We have one coming on soon, and so our growth potential is really never ending right now, being able to grow to what we want.
So what I'm hearing then is, and we haven't even got into the real estate yet. You're just talking about you took some of the business courses and financial courses and the legal and tax courses, and you went, wait a minute, I can do the same thing with my hours, but do it a different way and multiply my income.
Yeah,
Is that what I'm hearing? Is
absolutely.
that okay?
Yeah, yeah, no, that's absolutely true. And I just saw that need for it. I saw the need that they really had for the installation. There was nobody out there that could do it. So I saw this need and I went in and talked to them and we were able to work out deals that we can both benefit. And it's a really good thing that we've got going. And yeah,
Now, to clarify, because I'm just wondering from the audience perspective, did you learn that business stuff at your 8-week financial training that you started your story with, or did you learn that here inside of our community?
yeah. So it started a little bit with the self-reliance financial courses, and we kind of just learned as we go. We were kind of just trying to piece it together, trying to talk to some people and trying to figure out how to get started. I would talk to this cabinet company. How did you guys get started? Try to figure it out. And we did get started out. We got set up as an LLC to run and operate. But since finding the community, we've been able to find out how to more efficiently run the business, how to save a lot more with taxes and what to do, how to structure the business more effectively, and being able to save a lot more money and being able to use that growth for a lot better purposes.
Okay.
I have a
So
question
now,
for Nate,
oh, go for it.
if I may. It's really cool that you went from one mindset to a completely different mindset. And I'm curious, was it kind of scary approaching the people that you worked for to have that conversation and kind of offer your new way of doing business with them?
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely was a little bit scary, but the company that I worked for, they are very good. They are very, very kind and very understanding, and that's kind of the process of how they became a cabinet company. Is they worked for another cabinet company, and they saw the potential and the need for cabinet companies, so they started their own thing. And so they kind of understood. They're like, you know what, we kind of see that, you know, that's something that you want to do. And they were totally fine with it. They're like, yeah, we're totally fine with you starting your own cabinet company. Just don't take customers away from us, obviously. But they were very, very supportive and they were very okay with that. And they were very willing to work with me, which was kind of unheard of. It's kind of just crazy that they would be able to do that. But that was a huge blessing for us. Um, but it was definitely scary, but we felt like something really needed to change. There was this hole in our lives that we really needed filled, and we just had to do something different. And so we just had to take that leap and hope that everything worked out.
I think that's really powerful. The need for change overpowered your fear. So you did what you needed to do. And I think fear holds a lot of us back. So I just wanted to highlight that.
Nice. Yeah.
Did absolutely. And I wanted to add to that it did take us a few months to actually jump on into doing that, because it is so scary that you feel like this cushion's being taken out from under you. If bad things happen, you're in charge of everything. And so after Nate finally got the courage to start, he's like, why didn't we do this sooner, like a year ago?
Nice. Yep. That's usually what happens. I thought the same thing when I went through this. Why didn't I start this sooner? I hear that all the time. So yeah, good point there. Okay, so now tell us. So now, fast forward, we're 9 months in. You've learned all this financial tax stuff. You started to accelerate your results. I heard stuff about you paid off some debt, and tell us where that's taking you and what's happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. We started grabbing our shovel and bearing our way out of debt. So after that financial course through the church, we felt the need that we needed to rent out our house, move back into my parents' basement, and start chunking at our debt because we were just so buried. So
Wait a
really,
minute. So you got kicked out of the basement
yeah,
and went back?
yes,
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, they actually took us back, which was good. But so yeah, we moved to our own house for a year. We lived there for a year, and then we felt this need to come back. So we went back to my parents with our tail between our legs. We're like, hey, we're gonna pay off debt this time. Can we come back and live in the basement? And they're like, absolutely, if you don't buy another snowmobile. So so we went and we rented our house, and we thought, hey, it's only going to take a year or so to get this. So we rented it out for what our mortgage was. We had no background in what it should go for. We didn't know. So we're just like, if we can break even, that would be great. And we'll just, move back in after a year, and we'll be back and we'll be good to go. So we moved back to my parents' house, and really we started my own cabinet company, moving back in, and from then we were able to really start at our debt. And from using the advanced banking strategy through the time that we've been here for about 2.5 years, and we've been able to pay off $75,000 out of our 85,000 total. And in the next 2 or 3 weeks here, we will be completely debt free.
But
Nice.
we didn't start paying off that much until 9 months ago, because we tried Dave Ramsey and all these other approaches, and we just kept getting deeper and deeper. So really, we've paid that much off in the past 9 months, not the 2 years, even though we've tried and tried.
Yep.
Okay, that's good to specify, because 2.5 years to pay off 75. I mean, that's still awesome. But to do it in 9 months, now we're getting somewhere. And so, are you still in the basement? I'm curious.
You know what? We are still in the basement,
Okay.
just until we are completed here and finish everything off 100%. And then, honestly, our plans, we could still rent, but I think we will be ended up moving back in to the house and kind of starting afresh, and being able to have no debt, and then being able to put everything else towards that house. And hopefully, our plan is to have that house paid off in another 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You start diving into more of the coursework and doing some other kinds of real estate and making some profits. You're just getting started. Some people think that 9 months into a program, you're wrapping up something, but in our world, you're just getting started. And so we're really impressed with what you've already done, where you're going, and anything you'd like to add for the people who are watching right now?
Honestly, I just think that for anybody watching, that there is potential in everybody, and being able to go through classes and being able to see this work in our own lives, we've been able to see that potential and being able to see what we really can do, and that these things really do work. And being able to have that and being able to share that is amazing. So just realize your potential and know that there's always room for growth.
Nice. I forgot to ask, how did you get introduced to our group? What was the series of events that led to that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you take this one. Yeah.
So when we moved back into the basement, in Nate's parents' basement, Carol Allegre is in our neighborhood, and she heard about our situation and that we had a business and a rental property. And she had been taking courses by Mark Kohler, who says that every person in the world should have a rental property and a small business so they can get those benefits. And so she thought this could be really helpful. And so she reached out to me and told me about it, and I thought it would be awesome. And so I went and I attended Mark Fuller's tax and legal class, which there's actually another one coming up March 5th. And it was absolutely life-changing. Nate and I didn't know where to turn to for business advice. We'd been looking for business counselors, and we just felt like everywhere was a dead end, and we were getting very conservative advice and not really advice. And so we just didn't know where to go. And so Mark Kohler gave us everything and more that we needed, and resources and networking to these people who are professionals that do know these things. And so I took that home after 8 hours, and my mind was blown, and my head hurt, my hands hurt because I was writing so much. And I went and I took it to him and told him, and then we met with these people, and that's how we kind of arranged everything. So it was thanks to Carol and her reaching out and seeing a need and talking to us about it and just really wanting to help and benefit us.
Nice. Yeah, I remember meeting Carol. We were at a house tour, I think, and we do. So Folks, we do a lot of house tours. Between me and a couple other team members, we host 200 house tours a year. So you can come and check them out. We actually have another one with our Chicago team going on tonight. But I remember meeting Carol, and she helps a lot, and she just likes to spread the word, right? Like how can you keep a good thing a secret like this? Paying off debt this fast, saving a bunch in taxes, doing her own real estate deals. I'm watching her do that stuff too. So it's fun to see people share this good thing and keep growing this ecosystem of real estate investors that we built. And we're happy to have you here. So what is one of the things you're going to be working on in your real estate investing world other than taking care of debt? And we'll wrap it up with this.
Yeah. So we, just wrapping up that, paying off our house, and then we want to get into more buy and holds and fix and flips, foreclosures, and definitely acquire some more properties, and being able to increase our cash flow. And
Okay. Well, you're in the right place to get it done, and you're on the right track. So we're here to help and support, and we're proud of you so far for what you've accomplished. And thanks for sharing your story with everyone here today.
thank you for having us.
Yeah, right on. Okay, another episode in the history books, folks. Go and check it out. Keep spreading the word. Get registered for our future events. We have a house tour, we got intros, and we got workshops. You need to come to one of those, and then you'll really start to see the system. Each one of these is going to be value packed. You are going to be ending up taking notes and walking away smarter than when you walked in. And so just keep an open mind as you go through this stuff. Face your fears. Like we talked about earlier, sometimes that need for change outweighs your fear. Hopefully you don't get to that point and we can just choose the change. And instead of having to go through some really hard times, you can realize, hey, someone invited you to this amazing spot, and here you are. So keep linking arms with us. Look forward to coming to some more events. And we're going to wrap this one up. So thanks for being here, everyone. And those of you who are interested, stay tuned. In half an hour, we'll be doing another one of these Double Dose Friday Zoom ups. So thanks for being here, everyone. And we will see you on the next one. Bye now.